What's up, guys? It's your boy, Skinny Penis. No, I'm joking.
Oh, sheesh. Hey,
No,
yo.
joking.
Heard that joke in ages.
What's up, guys? It's Billy, and you're listening to the Rising Rush podcast. Oh, yeah.
All right, welcome to the Rising Rush podcast, where we talk everything Dragon Ball Legend related, such as news, meta, hot takes, you name it. I am your host, A-Town, alongside our co-hosts, Opsto, Desla, and Glow. We've got a very special returning guest with us tonight. As you guys know, he is a very known God rank player, obtained over 66 times God rank, possibly even more than that. He's got over 13,000 followers spread between Twitch and Twitter. He's the ultimate Gogeta Blue fan, and he's lived long enough to get good. Please welcome back Billy to the podcast.
Hey, guys.
So let's go ahead and kick things off with the weekly reset as of the 20th of November. First things first, we've got the 5.11.0 update that is live in game. We'll go over our opinions and see what change with that. Legends Fest 2024 is live. We've also got the reveals and stuff about a day ago or so we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. Adventures have also reset to theme the Legends Fest. The adventures are going to be going through the 25th of December. We've also got the Equipment Mega Upgrade Bonanza that is also live through the 29th of November. We've got the Ultimate Equipment Collection where they've added a new future equip. We'll talk a little bit more about that as well. The Legends Ultra Space Time Rush that is also live, and you got plenty of time. It's going to be live up until January the 15th, so that kind of gives us a heads up of when the festival will end. We've also got the 1 a day festival challenge that is currently live, so all you got to do is log in and you'll be able to get some rewards there. We've got the festival version of the treasure battle that's live until the 14th of January. We got the festival duel season 1 that's going to be going through the 10th of December, so that gives us a heads up of how long part 1 might last, give or take. We've also got the festival choice battle that's going to be going through the 2nd of December. Non-stop raids are back, and there's going to be non-stop raids through the 31st of December, with the first one lasting up until the 29th of November. Current boss is going to be the merge fuse Zamasu, so go ahead and get your rewards on that. We've got the Legends Festival banner that's live through the 15th of January, so go ahead and take advantage of that with some of the units that are there. We've also got the ticket summons that they're going to be giving away, a total of 300 of those, so make sure you collect those. The festival CC sales are back, so go ahead and check those out if you need some more CC. Legends Festival Step Up Crimson Flare of the Condemnation featuring the Goku Black. That's going to be live through the 15th of January. We've also got the Legends Festival Step Up banner God Destroying Vivid Blue Light featuring the Vegito. That's going to be live through the 15th of January as well. You've also got a new home screen, new sleeves, new special missions, and a bunch of stuff. So I know that was a mouthful there.
Water after that, bro.
Yeah, I need something to drink after that. And there's going to be plenty more that they advise off of the reveals and stuff. So that's just what's going on this week. We've got the Zenkai Future Trunks. That's also going to be in game probably next week or so. And when that guy is released, we'll see if that would kill Cell Frieza or if it's just going to be certified bench. But let's start off with the reveals and stuff reactions. So just to give an idea, a lot of the community members were like, we're going to get Synchro Gauge, fusing Vegito and fusing Goku Black into Merge Zamasu, and then we didn't. And looks like some of the community members are happy about that. Some people are upset about that. We'll start off with you, Billy. What was your overall feel of the reveals and stuff? Did you think they hit the mark or you think they missed there?
So, all right. Funny enough, I watched the reveals and stuff with anticipation of the fused Zamasu. I was like 90% certain we were going to get a fused Zamasu, potentially a Unireps banner. I knew Vegito Blue was possible, but I didn't really think it was going to happen just because we just got Super Vegito. But I wasn't going to rule it out because it's Vegito. It makes money. But honestly, I wasn't really shocked or hyped after watching the reveals. I was kind of just like, okay, cool. I guess. I don't know. And it's funny too, because it's you guys know, and a lot of people know that I used to main God Key. I still want to run the tag. I'm always asking for God Key buffs. And seeing a transforming Rose and a transforming Vegito Blue, one would think, okay, well, the God Key player clearly is happy. And honestly, I would have been happy if they weren't the same colors as the previous God Key units we just got for anniversary. If they were up like red and purple, red and blue, I would have been stoked. I would have been so happy because then I could use them together. I could use the ones from anniversary together. But
Mm-hmm.
it's they're kind of like they're like literally the replacements. They do the exact same thing that the anniversary God Key units do, but better.
Yeah.
So that's where I was like, okay, like that's not okay, you know,
So do you
at
think the
all.
devs were like, all right, we messed up on our first
Yep.
try and sixth anniversary. Let's give
Yep.
it a second go and come out with this. Like the
Yeah.
Goku Black itself and the Vegito, I mean, both,
Hmm.
you can definitely see them replacing each other with a better anti-unique gauge and then also better disruption. But
Yeah.
there could be a play to just run them both. I mean, there's Proud, right?
There is, yeah, and it's funny because ironically, I actually think God Goku ended up being the one that aged better than Gogeta Blue, simply for the
Ooh.
fact that he has more uncancelable things in his kit, and for the fact that he pairs really, really well with Goku Black.
Mm-hmm.
I did anticipate God Key buffs as soon as they revealed Gogeta Blue, though. Like, I really was anticipating, okay, the rest of this year is going to be God Key buffs sprinkled in because the HP for God Key is not a ability to kind of just like throw out there for some reason. It's like what they did with Vegito, right? He did HP for Buu Saga, and then
Mm-hmm.
Buu Saga just got a ton of buffs after.
Ton.
So it was right. So my anticipation was okay. We haven't gotten uni reps in a while, or we haven't gotten future in a while. So either sometime between fest or during fest is gonna be uni reps in future. So and there's a lot of God Key going on in both of those, parts of the series. So
I mean, this could be the
yeah,
time where Gaki is going to receive the buffs it needs to become a
yeah,
meta relevant team. So
I,
we'll talk a little bit more about their kits as we go through the other units here because I definitely want to say a comment here. You are definitely the unpopular opinion. I've been saying Gaku is usable for months since his release,
yeah,
and the team has just been giving me all types of slack left and right. But maybe people start to come around and see the light, but I also don't want to write off Vegito because he definitely
I
seems
agree.
like a very, very strong offensive
I
unit.
agree.
So I want to say Goku Black will age better, but we're going to save more of those comments as we get into the
Yes,
actual
yes,
kits
yes,
here.
yes.
But Glow, I got to hear from you, man. What was your reaction? Were you angry? Were you happy that you didn't see movies on there so you actually get to save a little bit?
As hell. I didn't have to summon like part one because I was like, I bet I can stay, I can relax. I don't need to like stress myself out for the rest of it.
Yeah,
But
man.
I won't lie, I was on the board expecting Synchro Merzamatsu because part of me was like, you know what? Maybe the devs, like if they're going back to the Future Saga, maybe they'll like spice things up. And I'm not gonna lie, they chose probably the most basic and safest option they could,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
which hey, like going back to what Billy said, like these unit mechanically wise, these units are what the game needed. They corrected an issue that the devs tried to pre-put a bandage on before a wound even happened. And then the wound festered with all these gauge units that ended up borderline killing the game. Like people hated playing UI. They hated playing Ultra Gohan. They
Mm-hmm.
hated playing UG4 and they hated playing against Majin Vegeta. And like you saw it was bad to the point where like people were barely playing. Now you have these answers and like sure they're cool, but this would have been so much better if you had actually done God Goku and Gogeta
Yep.
Blue right. So I looked at this like celebration as like one, you like the devs need to have a lot more ingenuity with certain units, and two, this is just a correction of anniversary. And going back to the ingenuity part, there's this guy on Twitter, I think his name is Halvard or something. He has like Dokkan numbers. But he pointed out how Dokkan and Legends community respond differently to different units. And the example that some people in the comments brought up is the fact that Dokkan has their anniversary and their worldwide celebration almost close to each other. So it feels like there's only a certain part of the year where they'll even put out a fusion. The rest of the year, they're putting out actually like different and diverse things.
Yeah.
With Legends, you expect a fusion for festival and anniversary, and they're gonna rule the next 6 months. That's what ends up happening. And it's to the point where we feel like they don't even like even the fusions they give us, they're not really being like there's no ingenuity to it. There's no creativeness to it. Like we're just getting another VB. It's another rose. Like even this year we got Gogeta Blue. Was it fusing? Yes. I like the fusing aspect of them. Nobody's hating on that. A plain UG4. Okay, whatever. Cool. But at the same time, like you could have had a little bit more creativity with some of these units. Like VB, he should have been transforming. This
Mm-hmm.
should have been a synchro. If you
Yep.
were going to do another VB, you should have just made it a synchro at this point. If it was going to be a rose, I'll give you this. You haven't been doing rose the greatest justice in this game for a while now. So I'll give us a little bit of a slide there. But the devs have to be able to for these celebrations, you don't need to rely on fusions. There's other things. It's a Dragon Ball Legends game, not a Dragon Ball Fusions, not a Dragon Ball Super, not a Dragon Ball Gohan. Like there's things you there's other stuff you can do. Why we haven't had an Andy or Fest revolved around a Goku versus a Frieza, or an Andy and a Fest like doing like the Cell Saga and actually making it like a dope thing of the entire like the first part of the Cell Saga, or doing for all we could have done. They could have done an anniversary or a fest based around the four main arcs of Dragon Ball Z. One for Saiyan Saga, one for Namek, one for Androids, and one for Buu Saga. You could have done that.
Yeah.
But like there's this creativity that can be done, and this part one, rather than enjoy the units we got, it falls flat, and like you just now you're getting the Legends player base is now getting to this point where they just feel bored. They feel like there's nothing to excite them now that's coming to the game if we know this is your formula. But I've been yapping too much.
No, I mean this is good. This is good to know, and I think they may need to do like they need to bring more frequent surveys back, just to get the temperature and the gauge of people what people want to see, and then also with these bigger celebrations, find out what is going to actually sell, right? So because what we got the Turles Crusher Corp. Who summoned on that? If Triku was not on it, who was going to summon for that banner? Not nobody, nobody. But then Turles
Are you
came out.
saying, wait, A-Town, are you saying that there's no Days fans? That there's no, like, cacao stands?
No cacao
Oh,
stands. Maybe one. He might be in Indonesia or something like that.
Are you saying that they don't exist?
I mean, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen one post, not Reddit post, no nothing.
They dropped
of any
the
of those
Piccolo
fans.
from the Cooler movie, but not a Piccolo from Tree of Might. Let that sink in, by the way.
Exactly. Like
Yeah, but they might bring it back. I mean, we could have got a kid Gohan from Tree of Might. We could have got a bunch
I
of
don't think they've
stuff.
touched on that movie for a long while.
Yeah.
see,
Well,
like that even goes back to the Tree of Might thing. They could have been like had some cool ingenuity. They could have had a kid Gohan, right?
mm-hmm.
That has a final counter of him just going grade 8. They could have done that. When was the last time we had a final counter unit? The last one was Cell.
Yeah. Maybe they're scared to do it, or maybe they got something cooking for part 2. We don't know yet. We could see.
We don't know.
But let's go to you, Opsto, because I know you've had stacked over 100 plus KCC at this point. And
Yes, I had 111K.
111K, and with these banners, they have finally brought you Android support with slate of Frieza Force or LOE, but still you got a new cell. How do you feel about that?
So during the reveals, of course, like as everyone knows, I hate Future. I hate how often they've been represented in this game over like other tags, over other entire series. Although almost every single major celebration we've had, there have been like Goku Black Saga bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was watching the reveal, I was like, "Oh, cool, that's a cool LF. Oh, cool." And then when they showed off the 1% and I saw Cell and Frieza, I was borderline crying. I
Tears of joy.
I let out an actual gasp for like 2 hours after seeing that. I was unironically shaking.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is
it's
not an
never that
exaggeration.
It's never that deep. I'm telling you that
No.
right now.
Bro, it's that deep when you have to go through a month of fighting yellow blue with nothing but units that came out 10 months ago.
I kind of feel for you too, Opsto, because I know you've been waiting for Android support for the longest. I mean, you've been slacking and putting teams together like with free to play units, using the free to play 18, using like the older units just to get by, and still going God rank with. But now you finally got a meta relevant unit that just came out. I mean, I know you got 16, and 16 is goated from what you tell us.
And 16 just got his best partner.
Not to, I'm not gonna interrupt too quick, but I just thought of something that goes in line with the buff you literally just got. So yeah. Anyways, keep going.
Wait, what was it? You can say it. Go ahead.
Hold on. Now
Okay.
I gotta hear it.
All right, all right, all right. So androids, LOE. That was GT. Was another android and LOE character from Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, I know. I know that's coming at some point.
I really think it's actually gonna happen for part 2 now.
Is there an actual
17
chance of that?
Frieza.
Of course there is.
Yeah, no. Well, I was saying
I see
before,
what
it's like,
you're
oh yeah,
saying.
uni reps might happen for part 2, and then like you just talking about that, I'm like, yeah, our bus from like 6 months ago, and now I'm just thinking like, oh shit, wait, LOE and androids, like Frieza and 17, like okay, that just like low-key kind of just solidified in my mind that it's just gonna be another. You're gonna get a tag 17 and Frieza for part 2.
I mean, that was going to happen eventually, and even going into this, I was actually like thinking that they could have been a part 2 choice like a week ago, because I was looking at Dokkan, and part 2 for the 6th anniversary was 17 and Frieza.
What was
So
part 1 of their anniversary?
Part 1 for 6th anniversary in Dokkan was MUI and Evo.
Okay, yeah.
so here's the question then. With the 17 and Frieza, that's looks like it may come out at this point just due to the tags and the other hints that we got. Do you guys think it's going to be an assist? We'll start with you, Opsa. Do you think it's going to be an assist type of like revival, like 17 going into Frieza or something like that? Because having
I
two
have
tag
zero
units,
clue. Unironically, it's probably been like 7 years since I watched that episode, so they could do anything with that, and I'd be fine as long as they're good. But going back to Cell and Frieza, I fucking love them.
Mm-hmm.
They're so fun. They do so much fucking damage, and it's so cathartic sealing all these bullshit units I've had to deal with for 10 months.
You get to seal the
Like, bro,
turtles.
just get the fuck out of my way.
Man, that's so good. Well,
But I've been running them with a 16 and the free to play 18 just to juice them the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
And I went 30k on the banner.
30K. And so
A big reason why I did that is because of for one thing, if we don't like the earliest I'm thinking if we don't get 17 and Frieza for part 2, the earliest I was thinking that I'd get any buffs is in February.
Mm-hmm.
Because historically we've gotten an Ultra in February for the last 2 years. And that would be a pretty perfect time to drop Mr. Perfect himself.
Mm-hmm.
I can see
I
it.
can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
And another reason why I went 30k on the banner is because I was legit out of Z2 middles. I didn't have any because, again, I hardly ever summon. So I needed some of those really bad.
I mean, that's one way to get him. So then I'm curious then, how many stars you got the Goku Black? Did you get him at all?
He's at 7-star for me.
Nice.
Damn, what? Wait, how much CC did you say you spent on the banner?
30.
30k.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I can't complain about my summons. I got Cell and Frieza to 13 star. I'm gonna Z power
that's
them
really
up to
good.
14.
Hey.
Goku Black, of course, up to 7 star. I got Omega. I got Napjita. I didn't have them, of course. I got Rage. I got Baby Trunks, and Baby Trunks is like 9 star now or something.
Nice.
I didn't have him
Really
before
well.
this banner.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't complain about my summons.
I wouldn't even say can't complain. I'd say I'd be happy about that.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
That's a W, man.
But again, if we get 17 and Frieza for part 2, we're still in like the part of the year where we get a shit ton of CC.
Yeah.
Yep.
So even if I don't get like any buffs for part 2, I'm going to be over 100,000 again by the time February rolls around.
Yeah. And there's going to be plenty of CC to farm in the game, especially with the non-stop raids and everything else that they're doing. So I mean, as long as you're playing,
I can't get
you're
CC
good.
from that anymore.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
over
because
20K.
dang, you're capped. Dang. Well, then I guess you'll just have to collect it the regular way.
Like I've been doing for like a year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But what about you, Desla? So I know you're a Sun Family main and GT main. So you've really got technically GT support with this Cell Frieza. What was your reaction to the reveals and stuff? Because I know from the previous episode we did talk about a synchro gauge. It looks like the community also thought the synchro gauge as well, and the dev said, "Oh, nope, we're gonna do it our way." So what's your opinion and reaction on that?
Yeah, so I think personally for me that for full context, for me when I was watching the reveal for the first time, I was literally on my phone for like half of it, and I missed it. I think for a good chunk, I was like, "Oh, Vegito, okay, great." And then I literally just like was fixing something on my PC while I was going on, so I was like half paying attention to it. And then it wasn't until I went back to the actual like reveal and watched it later where I'm like, cool. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was pretty interesting. I mean, as someone who kind of is like a Dokkan vet pretty much, as far as like I played that game like initially during the first couple of years of it, and then I dropped it for like a hot minute, and then hopped back on it 5 years later.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I really did appreciate how this at least kind of harkened back to how Dokkan like had this almost obsession with like pairing Rose with VB like multiple
Who
times.
never even
I was
met?
like,
They never met.
I don't know why they do it because Vegito like fucking dog walks Rose, but whatever. I mean, it's not cool. But anyway, I don't know. It was just a matter where for me, like, I'll be honest with y'all on this as well. Like, I haven't been like gassed over release since like the Blue Boys, like almost fucking 3 years ago now. Actually, I think it is 3 years ago. Actually, like to this day. But there's very few characters as far as like representation that's left that would be like quote unquote new that would like get me like, you know, fucking leaping in my chair and like, you know, clacking my heels together going, you know, yippee, I can't wait for them to come out. But more so than anything, I think at this point, I don't know if even like Billy knows about it. About a couple months ago when Turles came out, I was really not in a good place with the game. I'll be honest with you.
Borderline quit.
I was about this close, and I was like, you know what, Turles, for the first time in quite a while, as far as Ultra releases are concerned, actually seems like literally not designed by somebody who has like half their gray matter sawed off. So I really, you know, I did appreciate that, and I went 30K into his banner at a single time.
Not a copy.
Damn.
I literally, the moment that happened, I'm like, okay. I literally, dude, no joke. This was right before I went to work. It was 7 in the morning. I just stared at my phone screen at the summon result for 5 seconds. I swiped out of the app, deleted that shit. I'm like, nope, I'm good. Like I'm done. like straight up. Like I was so fucking pissed. I was like, okay, no, like we're gonna have a reevaluation moment because I need to either take a fucking break or I'm just done with the game.
Breaks are always good.
Breaks are healthy, man.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, no, dude.
I took my break
a
during anniversary.
Yeah, I took a break literally during like the moment that happened up until this started, and I've never felt better. Like dead ass. Like oh my god, fantastic.
The
But
game
anyway.
felt so much better when I got back to it. By the way, I don't know. If
Oh,
you felt that
100%.
too.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, frankly, I'm glad that I was very minimally there as far as like before this because this last meta before Fest sounded fucking awful.
Horrid.
Maj Vegito.
Oh, yep. Oh my god.
Lock you in.
But pretty much. But with that in mind, I think my game plan going forward is I'm just gonna honestly ditch mating tags, and I'm gonna probably pull the same thing I do for Dokkan, where I just like focus on saving until major celebrations like anniversary or like festival, and I'll summon on those.
Yeah.
And even then, like my thing is that I'm not even really gonna like summon every part because, for instance, like I don't have enough CC to like drop fat stacks in part 2. It's not realistic for me. So it's just it's gonna be a thing where I kind of just sit back and like wait to see what we actually get for part 2 before I jump the gun. Like because maybe part 3 might be like Forku, please, for the love of God. I know it's like it's a lower chance now because MUI is lurking in the corner somewhere. I feel like he has to show somewhere.
Easy too.
Flexing the back.
Yeah, like if he's there in part 2, my chances go higher, so that'd be great. But we'll see. Again, as far as the reveal, though, like I said, I haven't been really gassed over anyone like character pick wise for like a big celebration since the Blue Boys 3 years ago. So there's not really many characters, like I said, left that are like gonna get me jumping for joy over them coming out. That's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't as though I wasn't happy these guys were coming out. I thought they were cool picks, and especially the 1% picks. Because I mean, dude, who the fuck sat down for that reveal and expected fucking Cell and Frieza to come out for 1%?
I'm happy
Like,
about it.
That actually surprised me the most. That
Me
gave me
too.
a genuine good reaction.
I was crying.
Nobody. So it's just, I don't know. I mean, I have no problem with it personally. Like, again, as a Dokkan head, I fuck with the picks because it harkens back to when I was in fucking high school summoning for these characters. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I don't know, man. Just this overblown fucking like community backlash just never ceases to amaze me because they will never be happy. They never will. Nothing will ever satiate them because every time I hop on after some kind of reveal has happened or something like that, all I see is bitching. I swear to God. You see like a speck of positivity in a sea of fucking just like doom posting, bro. Like it's ridiculous.
Well, you just gotta know where to look. You just gotta know where to look.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like the community does have a bit of an issue with that. This was like a major issue. They have a major
Yes.
issue. And like I'm a dope on old head like you, but at the same time, I'm like, this was the one time. Like I even said, like right after the reveals, like I put a tweet out saying, like, hey, this reveals does not move me. I'm not saying it was bad, but it did not move me. I
Oh,
wasn't
I'm in the
hyped.
same boat. I'm in the same boat where, like I said, I haven't been hyped for a reveal in 3 years, like straight
Yeah.
up. And to be fair, even before that reveal happened, if y'all even remember that, like it was literally an hour of fucking word vomit that like no one gave a fuck about. Dude, I was literally on my
Oh
phone for
yeah.
9% of that shit until that like one of the most goated decisions ever for a trailer, by the way. Literally having to where they don't even explain the mechanic, it just slowly fades into like it happening. Like so your brain has to register what the fuck's going on. Goated. I'm sorry. Like, that's like legit a top one reveal, no questions asked.
Oh
But
man.
anyway, I don't know. I think that this is really a good start as far as like picks are concerned as well because it really helps. Well, for one, it helps out future a metric fuckton because dear God, it needed anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's obviously improvement. And I think more so than anything, this was kind of tailored to actually be like a sort of like rebound for future more than anything else because they wouldn't have made Rose the way they did if they weren't trying to make like this kind of cohesive core with VB, Rose, and Mai, which that trio is not bad, mind you. It's actually pretty good. I don't think if Future was not fucking neglected for like a year and a half, I don't think they would have gone the same route they did for how they designed Rose, personally. I really don't. I mean, we can speculate all we want about, this, that, whatever. But anyway, I don't know. My only gripe with this shit is just how fucking bad they made VB's banner. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that shit's diabolical. I can't
It's
even lie.
ass, dude.
You got
Like
my.
when your saving grace for fillers is Gogeta, and I'm gonna try and really pick my words carefully. I don't know. I
It's
want
just
to
a
like
bad
him,
banner.
but damn.
Well, look, let's give it some time to marinate, because
Like
like
who?
we,
Like who?
well, like there could be other banners to make the Vegito banner more enticing to summon on. It could be a possibility, and then also like Gogeta Blue, fusing Gogeta Blue, he has some value. He's got
No,
good
no,
stats and
no. We're not
HP.
gonna
No,
go
for
there.
bench,
Let's
bench.
not.
No,
Let's not. Let's not cope, man. Come on, man.
No, no,
let's
no,
let's
no,
We're
no.
doing
let's
it
not
again.
gas up. Let's not gas up the unit that just got sent to the unemployment line. Let's
No, I'm not
let's
saying
not do that.
usable to run. I'm talking about for bench. Like you can't not
Yeah,
have him
for
in
a
the
bench.
bench.
So you have
When you're
Eva.
no, when you're saving grace for an anniversary unit is that they're good bench. Like, come on.
Come
All
on.
right, hold on. I'm gonna be the oddball out and be a somewhat defender here. Even though I know Vegito is a better character at what he wants to do than him, I will say this. Gogeta at least like and I'm talking uh pre and post fusion, they do have some usefulness, right? Okay, like the Vanish Restore on the tag switch. The green card destruction is pretty useful too. The blast card destruction can be kind of useful at times.
Yeah.
Um, stacking the what is it? The impact damage can be pretty useful. I mean, it's not really that often, but I've had times where like I've kind of just spammed cards to make myself a little tanky, and it helps. What else say? Post fusion, his green card's really good.
Yeah.
If you have a green card in your hand, bro, and you're able to kind of just like pop that shit, you can actually abuse the gauge fill pretty well with the green card. Because I've had multiple instances. Because again, there's people that just like are like, oh, it's fusing Gogeta. What is he gonna do? And there'll be like a red unit on the field, and I just stay in. My gauge, I'll make sure my gauge is almost filled before I fuse. I fuse. I have my free cover null. It's not even like to ignore gauge. It's quite literally just for the free cover null and the quick damage.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fill my gauge up. I'll use my cards, and then I'll empty it with the type neutral strike, which does really good damage, by the way, because a lot of his damage is coming from when you empty the gauge. That's when a lot of his damage comes into place. When the gauge empties, and he gets his type neutral, and he gets a damage buff from it. Then you pop the green card. You basically almost fill it up again with the green card. Like you just need 2 more cards or something like that. And if you time it with the main, you just filled the gauge up 3 times. You just stacked his damage buff like 3 times with like neutral. I don't know. And the green card's kind of like Go Frieza's green card, where it like kind of like locks the person in. So if you catch him at a sidestep and you're able to abuse that, I don't know. Yeah, Vegito's definitely better for ignoring the gauge, no doubt. I'm not saying Gogeta, you should be using Gogeta over Vegito. I'm just saying that
He's option 2.
yeah, he's not a I don't think he's a bad option too. I really don't. I'm gonna be so real.
Like
And he
the
has a good bench too to buff him up. Like Forku,
Mm-hmm.
and if you end up running him with a hybrid, which I was doing there in the anniversary, I was running him with Ultimate Gohan. You put the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks bench, and he's double Zenkai buff for free.
For
it
free.
just sucks. I understand what you're saying, but all that optimism will leave my body when I have end up having to blast card an MV.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
why you got Shin, bro.
Shin
Oh,
does put him in his
oh
tracks,
my god,
but
Just
that
switch
is
out and do it
true.
with somebody else.
it,
Well, and if I'm last man standing, now what?
Oh well, yeah. Then
well,
that's when it's an issue.
GG.
But
But see, everybody can't be the anchor, right? You gotta
yeah,
have
Right, but
some
exactly.
then
utility on
okay,
there.
let's say Ultra Gohan becomes a problem again, and I got GB, I got a strike. How do I initiate the combo? 4 strike cards.
Go to long
Okay.
range, strike cancel, and hope you pull a blast card to initiate.
That's literally it. But to wrap up the reveals reactions, I mean we've all had our speculations of what we could see, and unfortunately we did not get the synchro gauge. I'm kind of indifferent about it. Like I'm glad Gaki is finally given his buff. Shout out to Krem. I know he's been looking for the Gaki buffs, and now there's finally some additional units for him to go ahead and use. And possibly, put Goku at a better spot, especially with Shin. I've been running the Goku Black, Shin, and also Gaku, and they've been working pretty well for me. But it does, set a precedent of what we could see for part two, especially with the Cell and Frieza holding so many tags and other units that could match similar tags with that. So, for the Gaki mains, hold your CC if you want to. We can possibly see more Gaki buffs coming in the future, which is almost guaranteed at this point. Android mains as well. I mean, Opso, you already know. We may get some stuff, part two or in February, so we'll have to see. But overall, I'm pretty fine with it. Yeah, we didn't get synchro gauges, but we got a Vegito that ignores everything, and we've got a Goku Black, which is baby 3.0. So I'm cool with that. But let's move on to the actual 5.11.0 updates. Have you guys checked out some of the changes that were made? I know there was I think they did something with the equipment too. They also made some changes on when you were able to see cover null for units that are affected. So it looks like they added more game knowledge to the visuals in the UI. We'll start off with you, Deza. What do you think of the changes overall? You think the visuals are good?
I mean, honest to God, bro, it was mostly just one of those like quality of life kind of things where
Mm-hmm.
they just made it to where shit's like easier to kind of tell what's going on and whatever. Which I mean, I'm not ever gonna say no to. I mean, make it to where things are more accessible and easy to understand, like at a glance, is always a W. So can't complain about that. But I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely hoping for me personally that obviously at this point, since they haven't done it before the celebration started, that by anniversary we get something to kind of like shake things up as far as like be like a new like battle system or some shit. I'm
Mm-hmm.
cool with all these nice little like bells and whistles and shit, but like, you know, something to kind of shake things up because now at this point it's optimism for sure. But I'm hoping with VB coming out that they're gonna probably start to dial back dropping any more auto units. We'll see. I don't know. But, as far as that's concerned, I think that, the dark times are hopefully behind us. But
Mm-hmm.
with that in mind, I'm really hoping that we can have like kind of more tools to just, honest to God, like be defensive because there's definitely been like an uptick in units that are meant to flourish in both an offensive and defensive sense. I mean, hell, we got like practically the exact same unit twice in a year with Baby and Rose, which they literally just took what Baby established and like honestly gave him a unique little quirk to make him stand out and shit and actually do his own little thing that's kind of different. But as far as like integral mechanics are concerned, I have no idea what that would look like personally. But I mean, at this point, we really haven't had like a mechanical shakeup in like
A while.
years. Like I mean, it's been a hot minute, so I'm hoping we can get something like that pretty soon. But again, as far as this update like concerned, though, I definitely do think that it's good. I'm not ever gonna complain about again quality of life shit. So yeah.
Oh, for sure. And then, Opso, what do you think about some of the change? I think they also added the ability to see when units have been like locked in from the
Yeah,
opponent side.
they finally added the ability to actually see if the opponent's units are locked in, to see if you have cover null still active for either person, and
Mm-hmm.
that should have been from day one. But then again, when they first added something like cover null, like every unit in the game wasn't generating like tons and tons and tons of buffs that like overshadow the cover null buff.
Yep. So now we
They
have.
need to completely revamp that, by the way. But aside from that, this is a welcome change.
Awesome. And then what about you, Glow? Did you notice any additional changes besides those two, or what do you think about it overall?
I mean, the equip change was cool. The cover null, like notification is good. It also does show you now that like when your opponent's also locked too,
Mm-hmm.
like their bench. That I don't know necessarily whether that's helpful or not, but it's something.
Hey, game knowledge is game knowledge. Like coming from a Yu-Gi-Oh background, like you always want to know what's going on with the playing field so you don't misplay because you could, potentially activate an ability and you forgot that one is currently active and then you misplay and then bad things happen which cause you the game. So, I mean, it's always good to have. And then, what about you, Billy? Did you notice anything different besides those changes, or what do you think of the changes overall?
The quality of life changes were good, but I don't think they were anything like crazy to write home about. But they were good.
Yeah. All right. So hopefully Legends keep that going. I know they've tested some things out with Battle Royale, such as like the vanish removal for the float back and stuff like that. So maybe they'll update that during Legends Fest and put it in the actual like PvP setting to kind of shake things up. But again, we'll see if they actually. You don't think so?
I don't. So I don't know if y'all remember this. They had an announcement during anniversary that they were going to be testing and looking into stuff that was specifically going to be for seventh inning. Like there
Yeah.
was going to be an update either on or before seventh inning. That was going to be like a big game update. That instead of version 5, we're going to be moving to version 6. I think that's what those tests were for. Is
Mm,
that they're going to see how the game is moving right now, and then see what's going to happen in version 6. Which I think in version 6, expect a battle system update. I
Thank
think that's when
God.
they're I think that's when they finally kill like passive like gameplay. But the real question is by how much.
yeah. Will it be unplayable or or what? We'll have to
Yeah.
see. All
And
right.
I think a lot of the quality of life stuff in the game, right? Like I appreciate what they're doing, but I think a bigger issue isn't like how to like move around and see certain things. I think it's more of a resource thing. Like Zenny isn't an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Souls
Right.
aren't an issue, but like certain exchange metals and seeds to like actually do things are an actual issue. Like arts boosting is a pain. Arts
Yeah.
boosting should not be as expensive as it is.
It's actually absurd. And like the seed coins or whatever to exchange to get more of those things is they're not giving it enough in game. Hopefully this anniversary or this Legends Fest is going to give plenty of that so people can just stack up. Cause like they'll do the
Yeah,
shop and they'll sell like the super ones which boost your stats up to 99. But if you don't have enough of the other materials to even utilize the boosts, you're screwed. So it's like, what are we
yeah.
doing? What are we doing?
And things like Bonanza, like Bonanza should not be coming for celebrations. Like we should at least have a Bonanza every weekend.
Bonanza weekend now? I mean, I'll
I
take
mean,
At
it.
least
shit, why not?
one day. At this point, like at least with how like hell it is to actually roll equips, it might as well be.
So then maybe they should have that like the regular bonanza every weekend, and then during like these big celebrations, have like a ultimate upgrade bonanza where you get like 80% success rate or something like something crazy that entices people to get their equipments up. I won't see why they wouldn't, especially with all the materials that they give in game. Like, sheesh. I mean, we'll see what happens with the latest updates, but let's move on to these brand new units finally. So we'll start off with Mai. So Mai is on the Vegito banner, and I believe she's the only sparking, new sparking. Each banner has one new sparking, and she's pretty much specific to weapon wheeler and future and girls, from what it looks like. Has anyone summoned on this banner and used her at all, or no?
Not
I
I.
have.
Damn.
I mean,
Damn.
but
I was gonna say I summoned, but I didn't summon for her, bro. Like, come
I
on.
summoned strictly on the Goku Black banner, so
uh,
yeah.
hey, well,
you
I mean,
summon you summon it for my either you're a woman or I'm watching you.
hey man,
I'm
look,
watching you.
we
Whoa.
diversity,
Hold on.
Hold
inclusion.
on.
Hold
No,
on.
no,
What you
not
got
like that.
against the girls tag,
Oh
bro?
no, here we
No,
go.
Where's
no, no, no,
where's
no,
my
no, no.
LF21 at, bro? You gotta get
No, no,
ready.
no, no.
Don't, you
Bro,
just got
I
OPSO
need
started.
it.
You said it like no. There's a certain like when it comes to the girls tag, I have only ever met a handful of people who ever main girls and they're normal. Everyone else, I'm like, yo, you a little too
A little
into
too
this.
much.
It's like I don't think you're here for the gameplay.
I mean, they here for
You know
something
what?
else.
Maybe they're cultured. All right, like I don't want to.
You're like a mature, bro.
Hey, shout out to the team girls,
You
man.
scared, bro? You scared? You scared of looking at some nice looking
I,
females, bro? Like
You don't want to look
they
at
scare
18
you?
too long? Like, what's going on?
hell no, I'm here to see men fight.
That's
Oh,
kind of
geez.
suspect, bro. I won't lie.
Pause.
Hey, pause.
Wait, Glow. You're here to see men who are shirtless fight each other?
Wait, shirtless? Wait, why are we talking about
Bro
clothes
is-
coming off? Wait a
Bro is
second.
outing himself. That's insane.
Hey, not all of them are.
Most of them.
Battle
You would
damage.
notice
So hit me with a blue card.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. But anyways, back to this Mai. So she's a range type, but she has a lot of support capabilities within her kit. I saw a couple of showcases with them, and just looking at the overall stats, I mean, she's got anti-blast or strike armor giving 100%, 50%. The blue card is doing massive, and it's also got some, reduction to the sustained damage cut on activation, which is nice. Also shortened sub count. Green card seems pretty decent. Stop time, you get cover null. From the showcases that I've seen Ryujin's showcase, I've seen Goresh's showcase, I've seen some other showcase. They're doing. She's doing good, and then she gets cover null, or not cover null, but she gets endurance nullification that cannot be canceled if she has future and or weapon wielder in her party. So like she could do good stuff in the meta, especially to Majin Vegeta, which everybody is saying that unit overall is killing the game. But we'll start off with you, Billy. Have you seen any showcases with Mai, and what is your overall take of this unit? Is she runnable? Is she make it to the top 10, or where do you think she sits?
I don't want to place any specific character on a top 10 list just yet because it's only been day one.
Yeah.
But I will say she's a pretty solid unit. Like notoriously every Mai we've gotten has been pretty solid. Now that if you think about it, like Green Mai when she released was really solid.
Mm-hmm.
The EX Purple Mai when she released was actually like really good because her green card just like stunned you.
Mm-hmm.
You could just spam that. What other? You had the Trunks and Mai. They weren't half bad when they first released. I used them a little bit. They were fun. And now you have this Mai who, like you said, has permanent endurance null. And I feel like she's just like a really situational character because like if you run into the yellow blue team, Vegeta, if you catch Vegeta in a rush, like
He's dead.
it goes through. Yeah, he's dead. Or you don't even have to worry about catching him in a rush. Like if he gets low enough and you just hit him with a blue card or something, like he's dead.
That's
So
true.
like that, just permanent endurance null in itself is a very useful thing to have. It doesn't matter how old you are unless you're full power Frieza Zenkai, but it doesn't matter how old you are. Yeah, like even the tag droids have some use.
Yeah. I mean, once they get Zenkai, they're going to be a problem.
Oh, gee, I don't want it to happen. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I actually really like 17 and 18 as like characters, and I really love their LF, and I really love their animation, and I love just like the aesthetic of that unit specifically.
Spit.
But I hate how broken they are, bro. Like at least on release, right? Like they were just. I have PTSD, man. That was my least favorite meta ever, and it's so unfortunate because I really liked them.
I'm waiting for that Zenkai, man. It should have been them and not bum ass green Trunks.
No. You know what? Okay, hold on. If we want to talk about units, do we? Well, we still have the other ones to do. Okay, let me just say this real quick. Green Trunks potentially has some chance to make Vegeta Clan very viable because Ultra Majin Vegeta is really good and everyone hates him. But I'm gonna be honest, bro. If you run him in a vacuum on a mid team, he's not as much of a problem. It's literally the fact that he's being run with Turles and Shriku, and the team as a whole is unkillable.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you try and run Ultra Majin Vegeta on a pure Vegeta Clan team, you're gonna sit there and tell me he's toxic? No. You're gonna sit there and tell me Vegeta Clan sucks and Majin Vegeta's a good unit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
But
anyways, Mai's good.
good stuff. And then Glow, what is your take on this Mai? Is she gonna be runnable in this current meta? I mean, Majin Vegeta seems to be the current outlier, but it sounds like people are already saying he's slowly falling off. And we just got to Legends Fest. Is that true?
Majin Vegeta is not falling off. That's people just saying shit like it's less than 24 hours since we got the units. Like, let's relax a bit.
Frame one, they calling.
Oh yeah, they wildin'. They on something. They on something. Mai is she's actually like she's good. That like you can't say much else other than that. Like she's a good unit. She gives like 30% support to like future.
Mm-hmm.
She gets 15% just based to like future weapon wielders and girls, and then 15% on swap out. Like she has cool things. It's just her biggest issue unironically, it's part of the reason why I think they also pointed out that VB and Gogeta Blue don't have God Key before they transform. Is that
Yeah.
like in any situation you're running her, why not just run Shin? But then at that same point, you're like, all right, you can run Shin, but the team needs to be a God Key team, and now the entire team, VB and Rose don't get any of the buffs until they transform.
Yeah. I mean, I think I
So
have a reason for that though. Like why people don't run uh Shin. But I'm gonna let you finish though.
yeah, it's like she's cool, but it's like there's other support units, there's other teams, and we were talking about this how like people just want to run three juggernauts and expect to be carried.
Mm-hmm.
I can't blame you can't get mad at them when the devs don't do a good enough job for support
Yeah.
units. Let's not like look at Annie in the very same celebration that we got Evil Boo and Shin, we got Blue Beers.
Stop.
Oh,
I
that
feel
made me
so
yawn,
bad,
man.
bro.
It's very
So
bad.
bad. Like yeah, that was in the same celebration, mind you. Evil Boo and Bluebeards were in the same part.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I can't really say too much about that because Blue Bears was more like DOA. But maybe there's a play to run Beerus, Goku Black, and
No.
Gaku to get. All right.
No.
no,
I tried.
No.
I tried.
no.
I tried.
I trust me, the thought crossed my mind too. Believe me, I really did think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's bad. I do think though, first of all, I'll say like Billy was saying, green trunks for an LF Zenkai, like, yeah, that's gonna help Vegeta Clan, but I will say, wild as hell that it was him. Did not think it was gonna be him.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other God Key units or units that are future that I do think, well, not necessarily future, but God Key units that I think might mesh with these units and actually see them get a Zenkai. Like obviously, like a GB, just saying,
Mm-hmm.
it's fest. GB
Hell
on the
yeah.
table.
Make it happen, Toshi. I'm sorry.
Make it
Actually, I'm not
happen.
sorry for
But
the green card. I'll do it again.
but if part two is like, and if part two or part three are reps, I see Rev UI, and then all of a sudden we got a green yellow meta, or we see MUI happen, and now all of a sudden you have MUI and like Goku Black is like a duo, and there are options for this. I think it could happen, even with even what's it called, the OG Blue Bros. If they possibly think have part two is anything with movies,
They do have a
Mm-hmm.
plat, so
yep,
Yeah,
and they have a plat.
that's true.
So I think Mai is solid at the end of the day, but you can run other stuff.
Yeah. And then what about you, Obsto? What do you think of this new Mai? Is she runnable for the future team, or should they just hold off and have another replacement for future?
I haven't read her kit yet, but I've ran into her several times, and she has been annoying. She doesn't stop comboing. Like, just chill, stop, please. But other than that, she has permanent endurance still, like we've gone through before. But yeah, she's good. You can run her. Why not?
Yeah. And then also, like, she does have some good disruption. She reduces key by 20 when she's hit twice, and the activation count does switch. So, stop the combo, switch her out, come back in, get key, do some stuff. Like, she can do a little bit of work there. And then what about you, Desla? What do you think of this overall Mai? You think she's runnable for future, or you think she's just like a replacement until the good units come out?
Well, seeing as how it's the only third new unit they got, I think the future mains kind of have to use her. So there's that. But as far as how I feel about her right now, I'd say that she's pretty solid. Again, out of this whole batch, I'll be so honest with you, like every one of these characters can like hang in there with the meta at the moment, which I think is fantastic because there have been times where we've had certain parts of celebrations where we just talk about Blue Beerus, the bum of destruction, where it just like
The bum
he
of
just
destruction.
sucked. Like, he just sucked. Like, I'm sorry, there's no way around that shit. And like, it's just, I do wish that we didn't have these clear losers come out, like especially when they drop with other units that like just gap them unbelievably vastly. But I mean, at the end of the day, it happens. You have the occasional oops, and it just so happens that it happens to characters that sometimes you don't want it to happen to, but whatever. As far as Mai though, I think that of the four we got, she's definitely the worst one. But I don't. It's not really like oh, she's dog shit in that kind of sense. But like, just if I had to point my finger at one, it's her.
Yeah. And that low is not even that low to her being unplayable. That's just mean out of the bunch, she's ranked 4. But let's move on to rank 3 with the Cell and Frieza. And we'll start off with you, Obsto, because I know you've been waiting for an Android buff for a hella long time. What do you think of this overall unit? Is it everything you wanted him to be and more?
I love him. I really do. I love them. They're my bumbling baby children. I love them.
Yo,
Dang.
what are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
But I know. But they're just fantastic. I love them. Like I said, it's so cathartic to just seal every annoying unit you fight, and you just don't have to deal with them ever. You just forget about them. Unironically, I forget I didn't kill that unit.
Yeah.
I have to deal with them again. But chances are it's like 10 counts left, so I don't have to care.
And I've also
like
noticed...
every time I seal Majin Vegeta, a big ass grin appears on my face.
And that seal move, it can kill too. Like if the enemy's low, it doesn't just seal them; it just kills them straight up.
Although, like, of course, you don't fucking use it to kill people. You use it to seal an annoying unit or any unit, so someone is forced to fight with only 2 units.
So I mean, and then look at all the tags they have. They got Android, Absorption, Regen, Future.
They're on like half the teams in the game.
Yeah, half the teams in the game. Frieza Force, LOE, it's crazy.
But if there's any problems with them, I'd say they have a hard time trying to get cover and all, which is why I run them with units that just generate a shit ton of greens. And key is kind of a problem until you land or you can just whiff the Awaken card because of you get that permanent key recovery buff, which is incredibly useful.
And then they also,
but aside from that, I have little to zero problems with them.
Very nice. And then also see they got some defensive capabilities such as sub count reduction on Ultimate, Awaken Arts, and Rising Rush that activate.
They also reduce sub count when an enemy uses any card, like on the field.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. And then their damage is also nothing to scuff at either. Like,
no, it's fucking crazy. They stack damage like the tag droids did. It's so fast. Like, I've one-shot so many new Vegetos with the Frieza side. It's crazy.
Really? I actually haven't seen anything on them outside of like the seal. So like, they're doing damage.
Yeah,
they're doing fantastic damage.
They stack damage on like every card they use.
They stack damage on card. They stack damage on every card,
and they heal every card they use too. Like they have a very weird kit where it's like there's solid offensive stuff, there's solid utility, but they also made it seem that like they're not overpowered because they're going to be revolving around the seal.
Well, yeah, and they also get damage when you tag switch, and you're going to be tag switching a lot. So it's going to keep stacking and stacking. And it gets so overwhelming. And then like I nearly one-shot a Vegito with just a strike card from Frieza.
Wow.
Jeez. And then for the combo potential, which side combo is the best? Is it the Cell side or the Frieza side, or does it not matter?
It's the same thing. They work very identically. There's very few differences between the two sides. And yeah, it's fantastic.
That's awesome.
But yeah, both sides combo like for a very long time.
Okay. And then their tanking capabilities, they're able, because I'm looking at their stats. They're sitting
their
around
stats
like mid 180s.
Their stats are a little low, but they do have that reduced impact damage received for 60 timer counts, which is good. And if you have them with units like 16, like free to play 18 that just heal everything like every few seconds or something, then you're fine. As well as they heal themselves, like they're gonna be fine.
Nice. So they got healing, they stack damage, the key recovery is there when you activate the almighty light cage. Like the blue car is doing crazy amounts of damage. The only caveat, I mean, we have to remember he is a 1% sparking, so he can't have everything a Legends Limited unit has, like blast armor and stuff like that. But as a 1%, I think it's doing a lot of stuff.
Oh
Just
yeah,
blast armors on the blue card, or like they're like specials if it's like a lunging or something. Right, I know it's not a lunging, but I'm just saying like in general. So I think that's usually it's important for 1% to have blast armor. Like
yeah. They have it at least there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the green cards are stop time too, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think yeah,
I will say
overall,
their green card animation is really good.
yes it is.
Oh, yeah.
That pose is crazy. But overall, I think that kind of wraps it up there. And then just a quick assessment, Glow. What do you think of this Cell Frieza? Do you think this kind of gives us a premonition of what's to come next? Which I think we already talked about.
I think they're a really good unit. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are they on PO?
No,
They
because they're
are
not the main villain of the arc.
Okay, yeah, they're
I
not.
hate,
Just want
I
to
hate,
confirm.
I hate that, bro. How are selling free? Like that's like when they did Mecha.
It's because they're not the main villains.
No, I mean I
Yeah.
get it. I'm just saying like. I don't know.
It's so,
remember
yeah.
when Hit was the main villain of the Future Trunks saga? Yeah, me too.
Right. That's like what I'm getting at, man. Like,
I can't wait to. Are you saying that you want Piccolo from Superhero to have powerful opponent?
Why not?
I mean, was he a villain?
No. At one point,
No,
yes,
I-
but there, no.
I mean, it got me there.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Don't got me there.
I will say though, they unironically, that's a Broly buff. They're a Broly buff. You seal someone, and Broly's lock-in is just a guaranteed like, yeah, you're cooked.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can see that. But also,
Hey, Glow, you know what? Tell you what. If I ever run into a Broly at any point before this year's over, I'll send you $20.
I've ran into
Single
two
time.
Broly's today. I've
So
ran
what
into two
time do you
Broly's.
normally play?
I play usually in the afternoon.
I bet.
he's gonna log in and
I think
pick that team on
Yeah, I
purpose
I think I
and
got my
snipe
phone
you.
at 6
Okay,
stars, bro.
I mean, sure. If you can queue into me, go ahead.
That guy, just for the money. That's crazy.
Desolate. I've ran into two Broly's today. Where's my $40?
Yo, money's money, all right. I don't want to.
Hey, I wasn't dealing with you.
Gotta get these summons going, man. But what I will say is their colors, though, blue and purple, it's like they want you to run the glaze setups. What it
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like.
They also, it's
Okay,
also
but-
an LOE. It's an LOE tax.
Can LOE actually get something that's not just the freaking like? Come on, like.
Hey, you're
I
gonna
don't
have to
know.
lose
Yeah.
when they remove Chilled and LF's bench from the game. Sure.
No, Chill. No, because Chilled is always going to be bench on that team. Always.
Oh, and that's the LOE tax because Chilled, Alebza, and Cooler exist. LOE is going to be fucked on any character that isn't blue or purple.
But they got other Zenkai benches now.
They do.
They do. We know that. The devs don't.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well played. Well played.
You would think they know. I mean, they create and work on the game, right? Like they should know
Right.
more than we do. But hey,
They didn't realize that the entire game, the entire like community hated auto gauges for a year. It took them this long to finally fix it.
well, it's gonna take them another year for them to actually come out with a different LOE color. So we'll see.
True.
But what about you, Deza? What do you think of the overall Cell and Frieza? Do you think they're pretty solid and tells what's to come?
This seems solid. I mean, I haven't really had a chance to use them because I only pulled them like one time. So I'm gonna wait till I get them like kind of Z-powered up more before I make like more of a definitive take from my end.
Mhm.
But as far as fighting them myself, again, it's early season. I fought like fucking 3-star ones like all the time, and they do nothing. So it's like. It's a matter of where, I mean, it's like every other unit in the plant, they need stars to perform. So, give it time and I'll be able to form more inclusive, like, opinion. But they seem like a cute unit. I don't know. Just
Yeah.
really nice gimmick they're kind of centered around. And they can obviously still put in work besides that. So, I don't know.
Sounds good. I tried a glaze setup with them. I'm running them with the UGF and then also first form Frieza. And I only got them 3 stars, and they were out there putting some work. I fought some pretty good teams. One in particular, I took a screenshot of that because I was like, man, them stars are stacked. I went against Swag. I lost because 4 red, both the Goku Black and the Vegito with 12-star Go Tanks with a 3-star like Cell Frieza. Like, not gonna beat that, but did well. Went to time, so it was a good match though. But overall, let's move on to the actual prime time units here. We've got the Goku Black first. So we'll start off with you, Billy, because you actually summoned on that banner. Have you used him yet?
Yeah, I've been using them actually. Well, funny enough, I actually didn't even summon deep until a few hours ago. Work has just been like super consuming for me, but I think he's pretty solid. I don't think he's like like here's my thing with him. I think he's gonna be like exactly like Super Baby 2, where like he kind of just gets value over time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like I mean, right now he's solid. You know, I want him to be like really good for God Key, but the issue is God Key is not even like a fully fleshed out team right now.
Mm.
So that's my issue right now.
Yeah. So it's probably gonna take some time for them to get
Yeah,
all their stuff going.
yeah.
How many stars do you have the Goku Black currently?
He's 7 stars right now.
Nice.
So yeah, I've pumped in. I had 1,100 Z power saved.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. Like I'm gonna keep summoning on the banner. I don't plan on touching Vegito until I have what's it called, Goku Black done yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll, probably figure out what I want to do from there. Like maybe do I even want to go for Vegito? Because I really like Godku.
Yeah,
I
me
think I
too.
think I think running Godku with Goku Black is really strong because they both have endurance. Goku Black has the buff cancellation.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've been saying for a while now, Goku or God Key specifically needed a unit that could tank one and B or two. I almost went one and B and two cancel buffs. And
And we
that's
got
exactly
it.
what this Goku Black does. Yeah. The issue is I don't know how well he's actually tanking right now because from the showcases he seems solid and like at 7 stars he's doing pretty well. Um, the issue is that like his gauge like it fills and he
Mm-hmm.
breaks some cards, but then like that's it. Like he doesn't seal main, he doesn't seal rush, like that like does he take away Dragon Balls? Hold on, let me look. Does he take away
Twice.
twice? Okay, so he takes away Dragon Balls. That's good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Baby,
And Shorin's allies sub count by 2.
yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean that's good. That's good too. Yeah, and he reduces sub count by 5 when he's rushed, ulted, blue carded. Um, so I don't know. Like it really just depends on like what units are gonna release next. And like with Super Baby 2, like he was like people were kind of laughing at him when he released, and then it's like you start running ranged GT or something during the anniversary, and it's like all right, you have Super Baby 2 and like Omega.
Yep.
Like, dude, like that's really strong. That set. Like Omega for GT is like really, really good. His stocks are up, like even now, because then you run PO. Goku Black is a powerful opponent. You can run
Yep.
Goku Black with Omega, who's also on the banner, by the way, and you have practically 2 unkillable characters. And if you want to be that guy, you run Goku Black with Turles.
And he has the HP Zenkai bench buffer.
And he has the HPs, and he has the full power Frieza Zenkai bench.
Mm-hmm.
You could literally run Turles on the leader, and then you just put Goku Black and Omega, and then you double Zenkai buff Goku Black, and then you just decide on whether you want to buff. Yeah, no, actually, no, you probably do just Zenkai buff Turles. You put Kid Buu on the bench. You put Kid Buu on the bench, you Zenkai buff Turles, and then there you go.
Yeah. So there's plenty of plays too, and I think with these two Gaki banners, I think they're creating like a split or shift between two different variants, like a
Yep.
strike base and a blast base version, especially how the Vegito is currently built, which we'll talk a little bit more about him once he gets there. But with his kit being very similar to a more upgraded Super Baby 2, like if people are used to playing Super Baby 2, I believe they'll do very well with this Goku Black, especially how the use of its green
Yep.
card. Like
Yep.
people don't understand what this green card actually can block. It don't
Oh.
just block taps and strike cards. It also blocks any charging forward move. So if they use a blue card and you pop the green card, that shit gets nullified.
So you guys know how much I love LF Gogeta Blue and how much I love his green card. So having anytime a character releases where they counter strike gauges or not strike gauges, strike cards or something, I'm in love, bro. Because I get that off like it's nothing, dude. Like I've been abusing that actually, the green card with Turles because Turles just spawns the green cards.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've been hitting people with that counter and like they literally can't do anything. The only time someone was able to do something is I hit it on Vegito Blue and then he transformed so he could get his banish back and everything.
Wow.
So yeah. I don't know if they Zenkai LF Gogeta Blue, which by the way would be hilarious for everyone that's summoned on Goku Black at me. They should, yeah, that's probably something they should do with his green card is just make it all lunging instead of just the strike cards.
That's the hope.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what he do with him. But I mean, overall, we're not going to rank him in any tiers right now because we're literally day one. We haven't even had a chance for him to like marinate within the meta yet. But I can definitely just seeing a feel for what
I
he's
think
doing.
he stocks. I think he stalks for sure.
Yeah, he's going to build value over time, and at the end of the anniversary, we'll see where he actually lands. If he's going to be instantly replaced, or if he's going to stick around for quite some time. But let's go ahead and move on to you, Glow. What do you think of the overall assessment of this Goku Black? Do you think he's the least favorite out of the two here, or do you think he holds more value than what people see?
I think he's definitely the most underestimated of the two. I think people aren't realizing that VB feels better now because he's immediately solving an issue we've been dealing
Right.
with for a year, which
Mm-hmm.
is essentially auto gauges and just counter gauges.
That immediate relief.
Yeah, it's immediate relief. But this Goku Black, like I said, Billy said, people aren't realizing Goku Black has something that Vegito struggles with, and that's optimal Zenkai benches. He has access to both full power Frieza and Yellow Broly. That setup he like Billy brought up, I think that's probably one of his best ones. You can either do that, or you could possibly replace Omega with like Super
UGF.
17. I'd say the Omega one is probably better because you have Omega Indestructible,
UGF
Goku
too.
Black, or UGF two. Because like you have all these protections against Rush. And mind you, Omega gets to buff his team with his ult.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Turles will buff the team like post revive. Like it's a very tanky and bulky team. And a tanky and bulky team with a unit like Goku Black, who anytime you touch him, he's going to heal. Like that helps a lot.
Yep.
Like Turles is constantly killing Dragon Balls. Goku Black will kill Dragon Balls. Like it's a very bulky team. It's definitely a strong team. I think that's probably going to be like PO's best setup right now. The green card, like I said, it's like we said, it's good, it's solid. It's just don't get too like hung up on it. You don't need to land a green card pre-revive.
No,
If you
Yep.
can
no,
transform,
do it.
transform. All right, don't risk it now, because what you fuck around and see the exclamation point, you press it, and all of a sudden it's a beam blue card coming to your face.
Yep. Better hope it
So,
doesn't nullify endurance, because it could get you.
yeah, I think the only things I'll say that I really don't like is he does remove buff effects. I wish it was actually upgrades also, so he could get rid of the damage inflicted. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. He gets running with VB, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
I also don't like the fact that his 40% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts anytime an enemy attack is over, so it works on tap attacks. I think that's cool. I think that's dope. I kind of wish it was also a team buff.
Mm,
So it'll be like support, but that I feel like 40% for
that's a
15 timer
lot.
counts, that's a lot. That's why I was just like, maybe let me not be greedy. But I will say, I was talking to Do, and I can't confirm this or not, but he might be a little glitched right now.
Hmm? But how so?
Do was telling me that he had situations where his gauge was full, and he popped a green card post revive, and it didn't empty.
It's
Uh-oh.
not green cards, it's blue cards.
No, post revive, it's both.
Is it?
Is
Yeah,
post-transformation?
pre-revive, pre-revive, it's only blue card. Post-revive, it's blue card and green card.
Why are you saying revive?
Oh, transformation. Why the
It's
fuck
like,
am I saying
I don't
revive?
know. You want him to
I,
be a
I
revival
knew,
unit,
I knew
bro.
what you were
I
saying.
was
I knew what
confused.
you
But we,
were
but we
saying.
got it, though.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. I'm just saying, like, what is this man on?
I don't know. Post-transformation, it works on blues and greens. Pre-transformation is only blue. Also, why does he not have blast armor pre-transformation?
Yeah,
Like
that's a bit scuffed.
that's
Yeah.
that's just like we hold him. There's no
Also,
good reason.
why does he not have God Key pre-transformation? So if you have God Key bench or something, he can't even get any of that until
Listen,
post-transformation.
man.
This is God King, not Realm of Gods. We ain't Dokkan.
Realm of the Gods.
This is because I'm telling you right now, if they went like Dokkan, then like Jiren would be on this tag.
Mm.
Because in Dokkan, Jiren's on Realm of Gods. So why? Yeah, that's how they do it.
So he's leader slot
But
only, from what I
yeah,
see for God Key. So there's that.
Well,
not
unless the God Key units that you're running also happen to buff Saiyans, or they also happen to buff Future,
Yeah,
or they
that.
also happen to buff Powerful Opponent.
Mm-hmm.
I think
yeah.
I think Rose is in a situation where I don't know why they did it. It's dumb, but I will say though that he has other tags that can easily be buffed.
Like you think that they get over doing this kind of stuff because like they could be like there's gonna be one person that argues like, oh, before they transform, like they don't have the God key active. I'm like, then why the hell is Pycon a Super Saiyan and the Fusion Warrior?
Right,
Cough,
right. Yeah,
cough.
wait.
Like that's
Yeah.
right there. That contradicts everything.
I guess
Yep.
Super Saiyan Gogeta is always in the background. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Man.
But I mean, overall, I think this Goku Black is solid, and he's doing a lot of good things. But what about you, Deza? What do you think of this Goku Black? Is he doing the things that he needs to be doing? Is he gonna save Gaki?
I really have no intel on Gaki as far as the status for that and how he helps that. The team I've been running him on like all of today is just him with VB and Triku, and I have not lost a unit in a match once.
Tankiness.
Like it just doesn't die. It doesn't. Never. I was blown away because I'm like, dude, this is unfair. Like literally, no joke. I ran to one dude who's running like high starred like Boo Saga with the new VB leader. And like the Go Tanks was Red Stars was doing jack shit in that match. Like the amount of not damage he was doing to Rose, I was like, damn. My opinion on you was not that high, but it's really not high now. I'm gonna be honest. Like holy shit. Like Rose should not be eating hits from like the only like quote unquote good red right now like that well. Anyway, as far as how I feel about him currently, I definitely do think that he is. I mean, let's not try and mince words, dude. This community is fucking dog shit at evaluating units when they come out. If they don't like literally hold your hand and play the game for you, like
Hey, he
just
said
how
it, not
is.
me.
I mean, no, dude. I'll say it again. Y'all do not know how your game works. It's just that simple, okay? As far as evaluating how a unit will perform in the long term, like, dude, they have this tunnel vision at all times where they're focused so much on the here and now that there's never like any kind of gray area to consider. It's always just a black and white. Are they good right at this very moment? If they're not, fucking garbage, toss them out.
They said the
Yeah.
gamers were shit.
I think it's because they know power creep exists, and they're just like they're
They're
just going for
scared.
the here and now because they don't think if a unit's not good here and now, it's not going to be good in 5 months. It's not going to be good in 3 months. And I
And to
think
be
that's
fair, it's valid.
process.
It's valid why people are gassing VB this much because the automation bullshit is fucking terrible. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not. He was
Right.
Right. Again, it should not have taken this long for us to get an actual answer to that bullshit. Again, Gogeta should have been 10 billion times better than he was. But anyway,
But then I get what this is saying. Like, there's a difference between looking at a unit's kit and being like, "Hey, this is a good kit that's gonna age well," and this is a bad kit that's not even gonna get out of its celebration. Like you look at Rose, you can't not look at Rose and not think of Baby. And everyone was shitting on Baby.
Yeah.
And look what happened. Baby,
I mean, you never.
like,
The problem.
aged well.
The problem with that is that there were multiple things were against Baby, like right, because like one, he dropped in one of the worst metas ever, in contention for the worst this year, but like it was that on top of the fact that again, like as far as a character pick, I mean, am I gonna try and bullshit you and say that Rose is like a less hype pick than Baby as far as characters are fucking concerned? No, I'm not.
Yes.
But like, I mean, I love Baby, but the majority of the community is fucking super pilled, so they can't. It's fucking super or bust for them for the most part, which is why we've gotten the output of characters that we have in the last few years. But as far as right here and now, I definitely can tell you right now that the majority of this player base had zero experience going into this celebration as far as how Baby worked because you never saw him for the most part unless you were an outlier and were like, I queued a Baby all the time. What are you guys talking about? Again, most of people in North America did not ever queue into that fucker that often, if at all. That's just how it was.
Yeah.
Because they were very frugal with how they brought him back, and even then, like, it's fucking Baby. Like, it's not.
And if you did,
not,
it was sacks.
Yeah. No. I mean, yeah.
Well.
No. I mean, again, it's not a fucking super character that has a cool shiny form. It's just a character that's from a fucking anime that aired like 20 years ago. Like, so. I don't know. But anyway, more than anything, I definitely think that right now I'm very pleased with how they handled this Rose. I think that for the time being, as far as how I initially feel about him, I definitely think that he is in that top 5 realm. I'm not going to nail down any specifics yet, but I do think he's up there. And the people who are saying he's borderline not top 10, I could say a lot, but I'm going to be as nice as I can. You don't know what you're talking about. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm very pleased with how he came out, and it's unfortunate, like Billy said, that they're basically just taking what we got for Gaki units with anniversary and just saying, hey, let's try it again, and they would just replace them.
Imagine if they were different colors. Imagine
No,
if they were different
no,
colors.
dude.
It'd
I
be a
mean,
problem.
I fully agree. It's whack. I mean, it's beyond stupid for people who actually like went hard on those banners, and half a year later, it's like, oops, yeah, pretend that
I
didn't
did
happen.
too.
I mean, I did.
Wiping a literal tear.
I got Goku
Yeah.
14.
I would.
And
kill
I got
myself, I gotta
GV
be honest.
14.
I got them
would
both
kill
14,
myself.
man.
Yeah, me
I got
too.
them both 14.
Shout out to the 14s.
Suicide
The
watch
pain
for
of it.
real. Plan. I'm being.
Oh god.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm very pleased with him though. I'm not even gonna be optimistic as far as the community's like kind of opinion on him as far as that like changing over time, because I'll be honest with you, I can give two shits what the community thinks. Like it's just a matter of where again
Yeah.
I can never take like most of them seriously because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
See,
Like yeah, like I don't know.
It's not everyone in the community. There are some outliers out there that would.
Then
I
it's
feel
a
like
real
they're-
vocal minority. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, but those are usually the loudest ones. Like people like rage baiting. That's just kind of the thing. But there are
There's
some
points where I'm thinking it's not bait.
I mean, it could be factual, could be not, but over time, people's ideas change, and I think
We gonna see.
that's they have to. Especially, we know when the rest of the content creators come out with the 14-star showcases, their jaws are gonna drop and be like, "Goku Black can't die. I got to summon for him," and that's
Oh no
when-
A-Town. It's not gonna be that. It's gonna the switch up's gonna happen when big YouTubers like Goresh or Ryuden put out like defend mainly like Goresh. When he puts out his like ranking video and like Rosie's in the top 5, you're gonna see the switch up of the fucking century where people are like, guys, he was always this good. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just
Screenshot.
like dog. I fucking hate people like that. Like, dude, formulate your own opinion. You're a bot. Like I don't know how else to put it. Like it's so obnoxious to the point where I'm sorry, man, but like it is just exhausting. It's exhausting to be around because it happens every time that a unit is not like this de facto fucking like drooling out your mouth with like again, I could give my phone to a quadriplegic grandmother in the hospital on life support,
geez.
and she play the exact same way with that character with Majin Vegeta than I could right now.
I mean,
That's how hand-holdy this fucking unit is, and how hand-holdy most of these big heavy hitters have been this entire year. Like, we've had no, fucking back and forth on how good they are because they play the fucking game for you. No shit, there's no critical thinking going on there. So I don't know.
But I mean, they make those units on purpose just for the
Of course they do.
accessibility.
Of course they do.
But I mean, it's fine. Well, we know that the skill gap is there for people who have a higher skill ceiling of mastering a character. They'll be able to play around those other units fairly easily as long as they're equipped to deal with some of the gimmicks. But what about you, Ob? So what do you think of the Goku Black? Did you run into him at all, or do you think he's a solid answer for what God Key or Future needs right now?
He's absolutely the modern day baby, where people are going to sleep on him now, and as soon as again one of the big YouTubers say he's good, people are going to switch up. It's just day one defensive unit slander that happens almost every single time, unless your name is Turles.
I mean, that's true. Turles was literally the only one that was a defensive unit that people said day one he's top 2 and he's not 2.
Oh yeah, he's the only one.
Yeah. But overall, my personal assessment, I think from my usage in teams that I built with them, this Goku Black is definitely a fantastic partner for Goku. He has the premium ability where he shortens sub count by 5 and also removes buffs on Ultimates, Awaken Arts, and Rising Rush, which if you got that, you're pretty much set in the current meta. Defensive capabilities with the power reduction, everything else he's doing, going color neutral, draw card art speed, able to negate blue cards off green cards. Doing massive damage, has endurance nullification on the blue card when the gauge is full. Like, he's doing so much things. And he has extreme bleed on strike, guaranteed, 100%, which people don't really talk about too much. And blast armor post-transformation. So once you get him to high stars, not only that he's going to be doing stupid amounts of damage, he's going to be tanking and he can't die. And him also being powerful opponent with an HP Zenkai bench buffer, that teamed up with Turles, put him with UGF, you're set. Chris Golden. So, but we'll see how things go. And then we'll also see some additional slander on UGF because people still think that he's hot trash. But then when they run against a Glaze setup and they get touched once, they get deleted. Moving on to the Vegito now. Who has? So I know, Billy, you've only leaned towards the Goku Black banner. Desla, have you summoned for the Vegito yet?
Yes, sir.
What are we looking like? Well, how's he doing?
De facto top 1.
Huh?
It's not really
Really?
argument.
Wait, frame one?
You're that confident?
I'm that confident. I mean, dude, for right now, the only art you could possibly have for MV taking that spot at the moment is just because, like, if you want to compare kit to kit, you can give the edge to MV. But right now, it's not even like a bias towards what he does as far as his main gimmick. It's just the fact that it's so free to be able to just say fuck your gauge and just power through.
Is it only on the green card?
It's on the green, and I think it gets it for 10 counts as well on switching.
Mm-hmm.
Where the green also gets him an additional 10 counts.
What his
gauge nullification?
Yeah, he gets. Hold on. Like I'm pretty sure it's 10 counts on both, but let me check.
It's
just
10 on both. It's 10 on both. I know.
He's immune.
Yeah.
He's immune to card break. When?
For 5 counts.
I think when he transforms.
Just when he transforms.
It's not just It's not.
What
just
is unique gauge is full?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me pull it up because it can happen. All right. So when his unique gauge is full, he draws the cards, and then he gets when his gauge gets full, he gets the like immunity to card destruction, key destruction, and then he gets the 10 counts of the evade actions. And I'm pretty sure on his green card, yeah, it's only the evade actions. Okay, it's only the auto counter stuff. All right, bet.
So when he enters the field, does he have the if his gauge is full and he enters the field, does he ignore card break?
I'm trying to see that.
Because that's important. Because
yes,
the issue...
he does. He does.
Yeah, I feel like he did.
That's very good.
Cards
That's very
destroyed.
good.
Yeah, that's the part I was trying to look. So they did it twice. Well,
that's very.
So he
good.
gets. Yeah, it's weird. He gets his cover null / anti gauge stuff 3 times. When the gauge is filled the first time, whenever he enters with the gauge, and whenever he uses the green card, he gets his anti card destruction and anti key reduction when the gauge is filled up or when he enters with a full gauge.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. I think my only thing with him, and I'll let you go in just a second, is that what was it? Majin Vegeta can quite literally just lock him in with the ultimate and call it a day. I've noticed that he isn't tanky, like, at all.
That's his weakest point there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a Zenkai bench issue.
Yeah, the top 1 thing just threw me off. So just go ahead, though. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, man. No, you're good. I mean, my thing for me personally is, I mean, obviously my setup might be super unique, so that might be like, a me thing personally. But I'll be honest with you, like, VB was eating hits very well. I'll be so for real. Like, I mean, mine's 7, so I mean, obviously I know it might be a early season thing where I'm queuing like these fucking like low star comps and shit. But like even then,
you're also running
like,
double defense on your benches.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, don't you ideally want to run like at least 2 double defense?
I mean, you're running Triku and Goku Black.
Yeah, 2 double. You want 2, right?
Hey, look. Remember when the community was like pooping on like double defense buffers? Pepper's Farm remembers, and
I
now.
Still do.
My God. But no, I mean, I literally have no qualms with the guy because, I mean, the moment his gauge fills up, he's just oppressive. Like, everything in the game you could possibly do to stop him, he just doesn't care about at all. Like, he just, like breaks your teeth in.
Lore accurate Vegito.
I mean, it is literally, like, he just does not give a dude, you give him an inch, he's running the whole fucking 5K around your ass.
I love it.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's so fucking crazy.
I want to summon from because I obviously I love God Key and I like Vegeta. Obviously I prefer Gogeta, but I like Vegito still.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool to have a God Key fusion be able to come in and be like the answer to like the issue, But
yeah, he's like the answer. Yeah.
Yeah, I just hate replacing Godku because I think Godku's so fucking cool.
I mean, you could do double green. I don't know.
I hate running double setups, double colored setups. I can't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Bugs me.
I mean, the only reason why I'm even like going with double yellow is because like you never queue into reds; they're even that good anymore.
Right.
And like again, the only good one right now is Gotenks, and I already talked about how I'm not really high on Gotenks right now. So
Gotenks about to fall into the ether. That's all I'm saying.
No, Gotenks right now is like lower top 10 for me.
Is he still on boost?
So honest. Yes.
Hey,
it's not a matter of tanking. It's just a matter of like
his crazy.
It's not even a matter of his tanking that I'm not really jazzed about. It's just that like his damage sucks. Like I'll be honest with you. Like dude, again.
Oh, I disagree. I disagree.
No, again, dude. I will literally pull up the fight clip right now. No joke. I'll send
Yo.
He was doing
Word
dog
is
shit
bond. I
damage
don't
to
agree
Rose.
with you. Word is bond. I don't agree with you.
I think, and this is where I think you're undervaluing Gotenks a little bit. On a Fusion Warrior setup, if you run Gotenks and Vegito together, man, you're not killing anybody, bro. Like Vegito, because how frequently does Vegito remove buffs? 3 times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
what is it
Yeah,
on
and
ults, awakens, and rush? Yeah.
yeah, and Gotenks reduces his own sub count, and so does Vegito,
And so does
and
Omega if you run him
and
as a third.
so does Omega, right? And Gotenks is gonna supply Vegito with the green cards, because
Oh, I'm not
we
sitting here
got
saying the comp isn't gonna like be able to stand the
right.
test of time as far as like going the timer or some shit. It went the timer, but I whooped his ass. Like I mean, straight up. Like he legit.
Now, was he good?
It,
Now, let me ask you this: was he good?
yeah, he caught me a couple times. I'll be honest with you. If someone's good, they can do that.
A very underrated bench that I've noticed for Gotenks, and I've only seen one person do it, and man, was that Gotenks tanky, bro. The old base red super Vegito, or the base Vegito.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he should.
Oh
He's-
my god,
40%?
Gotenks with him is like dumb tanky.
Oh yeah, because it's 40% to both
Yeah.
defenses.
40% double.
Like 40% is a shit ton.
Highest in the game.
That's ultra. That's like the level of what ultras give, and you're getting the Zenkai bench too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But overall,
yeah.
with this Vegito, so it seems that he literally has a rolling red carpet to just do damage once he's on the field, and then post transformation, any gauge unit pretty much just acts like any regular 1%
Dies.
sparking and dies.
Like,
from what
and
I
that's
see.
also
Good.
my thing too. That's also my thing too, where we will get into that eventually when Billy gives like his top 5. Honest to God, dude, like if we're gonna even talk about that as far as the tags that got the biggest wins out of this update, I'm gonna talk about individual biggest losers, and I'm gonna be real with you. My pick for biggest loser is like UG4.
Oof,
Oh
For
yeah.
real. Like
That
I mean,
boy,
he just
he's gone.
Get him
sucks
outta here,
at
bro.
this
I
point.
hate him.
I'll
I
be
hate
so honest. Like he's just not good anymore.
Good.
I wouldn't
He's
say
not
he's
good.
not good. He's just not good in today's meta.
Stay not
He's,
good.
No, bro,
he's off the list, bro.
the only way UG4 comes back is if somehow Majin Vegeta, Triku, and VB all disappear off the face of the earth, bro.
In another 6 months, maybe we'll have to see how the meta shifts.
Because here's the other thing, right? Like he can't, like, what's his name? He can't even Goku Black if even Goku Black's on the
No.
field.
No, he can't. Like, dude, Glow, it was so funny. It was so so funny fighting him earlier, like today, with my comp I was running with, like, Triku, Rose, and DB. I was just laughing the entire time. Like, he just couldn't do anything. You want to green card me? Okay, cool, Triku, thanks. You want to go ahead and pop that ult? I can literally nullify all your shit multiple times. So good job.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have that gauge right there that will like bounce me back? No, you don't. I can just go right through that and not care about it. Like everything that G4 has gets fucked over. It's so funny.
It's good because people have hated the aspect of that. Like, just auto gate. Like, I'll be honest with you. If you got a god rank with like UG4 or Ultra Gohan, I'm gonna need to put a diamond tester to your god rank. It's a fake god rank. We're gonna be honest about it. It's a fake god rank. Like, you didn't play, the game played for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard diamond test on the god rank. That's crazy.
Let it be known.
But I mean, I think we got a good assessment of so you think he's top 1. So we'll stick to that, and once the tier lists start coming, because give it a week, they're gonna start coming. We'll see where everybody else get him at.
My opinion ain't changing.
And then what about you, Opsto? Do you also believe that he's top 1 as well, or what was your
I
experience?
don't know. It's the only he's in contention with MV, and I fought an MV today, and he's still as awful as he ever was. So even though I can't seal him and I have a big ass grin on my face when I do, he's still MV. Nothing happened to deter him in this update aside from Mai. But again, we're just gonna have to see.
Yeah, like we need a better red than Mai, like a more popular red that people are going to be more inclined to run. Because I mean, Mai, yeah, her kit's good, but I mean, her popularity is just not there. Let's be real. And then Glow, I believe you already gave your assessment on this video. Do you also believe Desla on him being number 1 or no?
I am inclined to. And I'm saying this because, like, he helps. Like, I've seen clips of this VB just taking Majin Vegetas from full health and killing them.
Oh yeah, he
Like,
bullies him.
and not just kill them. Like, I mean, like, you're taking them from full health past the endurance. They come back with their endurance, and you still kill them in a single combo. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, VB is finally bringing us back to what the game was before Ultra UI. Where like you
Thank you,
weren't
God.
worried about where you weren't worried about your combo ending, and it's just
It's about damn time. Let's fucking go. Thank you,
like
God.
I have not felt like we're playing Legends again. Like we're finally getting back to how the game should be. Everyone said when UI first had this thing, they're like, "Oh, we don't like that. That's talk. That's annoying." But we said, "Fuck it. It's not gonna be that bad." They upped it with Ultra Gohan, and we're like, "Okay, maybe they don't bring it back with Ultra Gohan. They crank it up with UG4. They make it even more insufferable with Majin Vegeta." And it comes back to that like tweet Goresh said. Like the devs were too afraid to like with all Assault Chain not to make it too good because they're like, oh, we just made these counter gauges. We don't want to immediately kill it. But I'm like, you made it, and you need to tell me for 365 days. Not you weren't paying attention to any of social media by the time Ultra Gohan was here, and you weren't hearing how much the community hated it. Come on now.
They
Come
don't,
on now.
they don't got the apps. They deleted it.
Listen, I don't, it's so dumb, bro.
Oh man.
Like, but thankfully, VB, he offers a much needed relief for what's going on right now. And it's the fact that, like, thank God they made him blast based, so like MV can't take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good play there. Well,
And neither can really UG4 because he wants to be strike based.
so it looks like he's only supposed to be on like a Blast Future or Blast Base Saiyan teams for what it sounds like. So, but we'll see how things evolve from here. I mean, overall, my personal assessment, I think this Vegito is the rolling red carpet of damage. He comes on the field, and if you cannot stop him, which based off of his kit, the first 5 seconds, he's Jesus. He literally just comes in, punches your face in, and if you're somehow alive, then, you know, maybe you can switch and tank the damage. But what I will say, any unit that can lock cards or seal specific cards holds extreme value on stopping these super aggressive units, aka Shin. So if they decide to come out with more support units that do more of that not lean towards card destruction or key reduction, since a lot of these newer units are nullifying those effects, then we might see a shift in where the utility truly lies. But that is it for all the units that we have from the update here. So let's move on to our special guest segment, which is going to be a little different this time since Billy is a returning guest. And we're going to have him go over his top 5 best tags in the game as of current and what he expects to see in the future with how these tags evolve. In no chronological order. So none of that, it should be 5, 4, 3. No, we're just a top 5 complete slate bucket just to talk about it. So, Billy, take it away.
Yeah. So I think just to notate, I don't think both these characters alone are shifting the meta to the degree that we needed it to. They're good units and they're runnable and they're definitely a nice change of pace, but it's also the first day, and I promise you in the next 3-4 days, you're going to see everyone going back to, drum roll please, yellow blue Saiyans. Everyone's just gonna run yellow blue Saiyans again. Everyone's just gonna run Turles, Majin Vegeta, Triku. It's just what's gonna happen. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it's just how these things work. Ultra Majin Vegeta is an insanely powerful character, and then when you put him with 2 characters that just literally can't, or at least one other character that can't die, okay, have fun.
GG.
Like your biggest threat is Vegito, and Majin Vegeta's just gonna seal him, and all he needs is one combo. All he needs is one combo. You enter the field, you spam 3 strike cards because you can chain 3 strike cards before, so you can swap out, and then you hit your main, and then you ult him. That's it. That's it. So I think movies and Saiyans are still top 1, like the yellow blue setup. So that's what I'm calling it, like movie Saiyans, right? With Vegeta leader. I think Majin Buu Saga is still a very powerful team, like the Evil Buu, Majin Vegeta, and Gotenks. I think that's a very strong team. I think Evil Buu is just like a ridiculous 1%. You pair them with 2 endurance units, and one of them also cancels buffs at the same time. It's like, okay, you just made a god team that can't die.
Yep.
PO. I think PO has been good for a minute, but I think it's about to get better like real soon. Like Rose was a great addition to the team because it gave them a yellow unit that they needed. That was because Majin Vegeta is technically not powerful opponent. So yeah, unless you're like me, who was I was leader slotting Majin Vegeta and running
As
him on a PO set.
as you
Yeah,
should be.
because he's just a villain in that arc, but whatever. So yeah, Rose, Turles, and then the third is like a flex. Omega, Frieza, Ultra Frieza, Super 17. Hell, you could run a second yellow and also run Super Baby 2, right? Super Baby 2, two characters that break cards with their gauges. So yeah, I think, and then if we get another Jiren, right? If TOP drops and you get another Jiren, or like they decide to drop a Kefla and they make Kefla a powerful opponent, or we do, let's just say they do GT, right? Like let's say they actually drop a GT LF banner. Okay, well there's gonna be a potentially a powerful opponent in there. So there's that.
Yep.
Fusion Warriors. I think Fusion Warriors is really solid. Like Vegito on Fusion Warriors, I think is super underrated potentially. I haven't seen anything on it, but like the thought crossed my mind and I brought it up earlier. Gotenks and VB is like gonna be really, really strong. I think those two paired together with a guaranteed rush kill with Super Vegito or Ultra G4. I know people are saying Ultra G4 is like down right now. You guys are just talking about it, but I mean, I don't know, man. As long as he has a red next to him, I think he's okay for the most part. Like, I was using UGB for 2 years, and people were like, "He's dead. Let it go, brother." Like, and I'm over here like, dude, I have a red unit next to him. Like, he's fine, and he goes neutral on his own. And guess what G4 does? He goes neutral on his own. So like, he's in the right hands. I think he's still very, very runnable. Just this current state of the meta makes it difficult. So
Yeah.
all he needs is like another red unit to drop, and it's like, oh, okay, well, yellow's taking a back seat, G4's coming back. Just like how purple's took a back seat, Godku got value with Turles.
Yep.
It's
Finally.
it's just how it works. And then I think another tag, the fifth, and this is up in the air, by the way. I think it's gonna be between Future and Unireps. I think it really is gonna depend on the next banner that drops, because honestly, who's to say they don't drop a third Future banner?
We could see it.
I mean, dude, look how early Fest started this year. It started early.
1 week early, to be exact.
Yeah, they could 100% in 2 weeks drop another Future banner, and then drop another LF banner, and then drop the Ultra. That's very possible. We could get another dual banners, and then they're like, okay, well, also here's a Legends original just somewhere tossed in the mix, whether it's after an Ultra, before an Ultra. So yeah, I mean, even Anniversary kind of did that a little bit. Actually, you had
They
the
did.
Anniversary after party with Omega,
And
so
that dropped Rage and a bunch of other stuff too. Yep.
yeah, so technically, the after party was part of Anniversary to a degree, right? So you had the four units, the Ultra, and then I don't know. It is really a toss up. I think like right now, Future is literally just my Rose Vegito. But
And
if they get another good buff, you run Rose Vegito and then the new buff, or you run Rose, the new buff, and maybe Zenkai Trunks.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, what if they plat up Sword of Hope, right? You have you have other Zenkais that are gonna happen. You have other LF platinums that are gonna drop potentially. What if they give Ultra Rose
Cough, cough.
his platinum, right? Then you have the Rose tag is finally runnable.
I'll tell you right now, they give Ultra Rose a plat. That's going to make this Zenkai Trunks feel even more shit.
Yeah, he's buffing
That's
green
gonna
hybrid,
hurt.
right?
Yep. Hybrids.
So okay. Here's another thing. This is maybe a third sneak in there. He's buffing green hybrids.
Green
Guess
beast?
what? Yeah. We got a red beast. We got a blue beast. Red beast, blue beast, green beast, yellow beast. Right? It's possible, bro. I mean, like for real. Like okay. Go look at Fenyo's Twitter account right now, and I think like his last 5 posts have been nothing but Beast Gohan.
See, I used to think the Fenyo shit would be like, oh, like I used to think like, oh, people are overreacting, but it's happened like
No, it's true. It's true.
way too many times. And
It's
I'm
true.
like, okay,
It's true.
I'm keeping an eye on him.
But right before festival, he was posting Rose and VB stuff.
yeah,
Right
He was
before the
post-
reveals, he was posting. He's a commissioned artist, and I'm telling you, he posts stuff to generate hype. He puts no comments, obviously, on everything because it's just artwork, and yeah, it's cool. But yeah. Oh, and another thing, and I've been saying this for a while. The card games do correlate one way or another. I swear to God, the mobile games and the card games are all linked up one way or another.
Oh yeah, they do
Uh,
because they're aware of each other's schedules.
Yeah, I'm looking at, I'm not even joking, the most recent, because I have a bunch of boxes. I have the most recent Ultimate Advent set from Masters, and I'm looking at an SR card for base Vegito, and it's from the Future Saga.
Yeah,
It's a
and
base
mind you,
Vegito card,
and
and
mind
it's a
you,
good card.
and mind you, those same Vegito cards, they gave them a special edition for like the championship that's coming soon
Yeah.
for
Yep.
Worlds.
Yep. There is a correlation. So if you pay attention to these things, they will happen. The most was it and then in Fusion World they got some other stuff that's kind of like related to TOP. Yeah, they got TOP. Oh, and then TOP was also on the most recent Masters set. Yeah, the other SR was a 17 and Frieza.
Cough, cough. There you go.
So yeah, but anyways, yeah, the top five, the fifth one is like a toss up between Future, Uni Reps, and probably movies.
Gotcha. But what about Gaki though? Surprise! I didn't hear no
I-
Gaki on there.
Okay, here's my thing with Godkey is that Godkey has become a blended tag now, where it is part of movies and it is just part of Future. And I don't think you're gonna have a pure Godkey team for like if you have a pure Godkey team, it's gonna be Future or it's also gonna be movies, and then you're gonna leader slot some other Godkey character from another saga. So like, there's a lot they can still do, right? Like, okay, we still don't have transforming ROF Super Saiyan Blues.
Yep.
We still don't have an LF God Vegeta from the Broly movie. We still don't have an updated Godku from the Broly movie. We still don't have Ultra
Blue
Beerus.
from those movies.
We still have an Ultra Beerus. We don't have an updated LF Beerus.
Yep.
We don't have a transforming Topo.
Transforming Topo. If we're about to get another UI Goku, right? You still have the inevitable Ultra Mastered Ultra Instinct.
And we don't even need to go to Transformer. We can do revival stuff too. Like there's so many revival stuff they can do. Like
We could play it up Revival Goku.
oh yeah, even then, like
Yep.
there are so many things that like they can do in this game.
But when they do that, they're gonna buff that specific God Key character's saga with it. So I don't think you're gonna see like, oh, God Key celebration. No, it's gonna be like Tournament of Power, and then you're gonna have like a transforming UI Goku, and then they'll plat up the revival, and then they'll drop like Keffel or something, right? Along those lines, or they'll drop 17 and Frieza, or they'll drop another Jiren. Or finally, where's my Vegeta where he gets ringed out, bro, and just make him like the most insane death buff character in the game, bro. Make this man like a wall, and then when he dies, he's giving everyone like 50% damage inflicted, and he's locking the opponent in. How about some crazy stuff like that, huh?
With 40% HP restoration for the whole team.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Fusion VB. What should have been the current Vegeta we have. He should have been a Synchros Fusion, but I guess they want to hold on to that, so.
They're saving it for year 7, possibly. We'll have to see. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you breaking down those tags for us. So, if you listeners believe that those are going to be, some of the tags to look out for, definitely leave a comment below within the YouTube channel, and then we'll be able to, discuss about it. If you want to post it on Twitter and start some conversations, definitely chime in and see what everybody else thinks. But moving on to the Dragon Ball related news. So we actually got a couple of stuff going on. Xenoverse 2, the Future Saga Chapter 2 DLC, that dropped. We got a new V-Jump release. Dragon Ball 40th anniversary has also came by as well. So shout out to the passing of Akira Toriyama. A new episode of Daima was released today as well, so definitely peep that. And then Dragon Ball Breaker Season 7 is also coming out very soon as well. So a lot of Dragon Ball stuff is in the works, and we'll have to see how all these games impact with Daima that's also releasing, because it looks like everybody is adding that Goku Daima in their game whatsoever. So let's see how everything goes. But that ends the week's episode. I know it was a long one, but again, if you guys want to just follow us on our social media accounts, the Twitter links and Twitch links will be on the description box below. I want to also give another big shout out to Billy for joining us again on the Legends Fest edition of the Rising Rush podcast episode. So thank you so much for joining and giving your take on the tags, news, meta hot takes, all that good jazz. And then again, we come out with these episodes every week, so be on the lookout for the future episodes coming out within a week after. And also, as a side note, due to next week being Thanksgiving, we will be taking a week break to spend time with our families, loved ones, etc. So, definitely play the game, get your raid, chrono crystals, all that stuff, collect materials, enjoy your time with your families, kick your feet up, and just spend that positivity and love. And as always, we will catch you guys next time.
There you go.
Peace.
So,
See you.